All right, from the beautiful All-Star Lanes in Silverdale here for the title matches of today's JBT event. Two pretty good stories here. On the left in the handicap division, if you go way back in the JBT archives a couple years ago to Salem, you will find these two playing each other. And deja vu all over again as Ian Enright is again taking on Jake Sliker for the handicap division title. It's Jake won that match a couple of years ago. We'll see what the rematch brings here. The difference in handicap is 18. Ian's got to win by 18 to tie, 19 to win. He's already won two matches. Exciting wins for Annabelle Chui and Harvey Howe. On the right, two of the top bowlers, but from two different conferences. Defending bowler of the year up here in the Northwest, Danny Chalmers, taking on the defending all-conference bowler of the year, Nathan Arnott. So a 5- and 6-time champion going at it here. Should be a good one on a competitive, tough, squirrely short lane pattern. 36 feet. Low volume, low ratio, premium on shot making. Ian won the first two matches in handicap. Nathan won the first two matches in scratch, getting by Spencer Dessart and Matthew Lennox. And two consecutive wins. This is just a first frame 7-pin for Chalmers, which he has no problem with. Sliker in his fourth frame already has yet to find the strike mark. That boy, he came out just on fire. By far the tournament leader at plus 174 after 5. Got it all the way up to plus 250 after game 7, but did have a bad game 8 as the lanes get drier and trickier. So even though he was the tournament leader all day long, his last game was his worst game. And it's been another hour since he's bowled that game and watches lower on the stepladder matches. So he's gonna have to find that strike line again, but a good job covering that tricky 2-5. Ian's first win was by 1 pin over Annabelle. That was an ooh-ah for the crowd. While that was happening, this girl was beating Mackenzie Clark to win the day's girls scratch title. U17 still has to be played. That's Nathan and Jake. They both made the title match, which made it impossible to play that stupid U17 match. Jake perfectly balanced at the foul line there. Ian rather perfectly balanced at the foul line. As you can see, they were similar wardrobes. They are high school teammates, not only in bowling, but in baseball also. Dual sport athletes. Oh, beautiful messenger from Harnett. When they played the title match in Salem, they joked, semi-joked, that a ride home was on the line. A different set of parents this time. I don't know if the ride home is on the line for the winner or the loser this time either, as meanwhile Ian's second consecutive open with that 9-count miss. Let's see if he can recover here in his 5th frame. That's left to target. Oh, and gets the runaway Brooklyn. Fortunate strike, but he will gladly take it. Danny, one of the premier left-handers on tour, is on the end. Look how nicely he hits the line. That's beautiful. That's 10 back. Well done. Giant thanks to the whole team here at All-Star for hosting. This is our first visit over here in this beautiful 40-lane center. They were excited to have us. Made it super easy to set it up and run it. Can't wait for many, many more visits here. It's 40 lanes, but doesn't it feel like 60 lanes? It feels like it just goes on forever. Man, over inside here, it seemed like bigger than that. Big high ceiling. Really cool place. See how Jake does at his cross lanes. Well, about as good as his buddy does, as he whiffs the 9-count. So they are close to tied on the scoreboard. Still that 18-pin handicap that Ian has to make up. Danny can tie it up with the strike here in the 3rd frame. It's a little right. There's just not a lot of miss room here in either direction. If Danny misses right, it will go up high. If Danny misses left, it'll be hard for it to recover. Just got to really, really execute on these tough short patterns. Most bowlers' kryptonite, usually our lowest cuts of the year, are on these short patterns. Shorter generally means flatter as well. But it's a skill you must learn if you're going to do looking for a double. And he's got it. Nice shot there. Right back here tomorrow for the Easter egg hunt and other associated Easter egg activities. It seems like every week. I have no idea how April turned into an entire month of Easter. It seems like each week the egg bunnies are trying to outdo each other. Last week was enormous in San Diego. This week I hear a rumor that we're going to be in the 4 digits for number of eggs. There's Matthew, third place. Getting his camera time. There you go. Beautiful. Make it a turkey for Ian. Yes, Dan. You already made the show, Dan. You don't have to do your wave today. Ah, gotcha. 3-bagger, great recovery off that 4th frame. He's made up most of the handicap difference, but Jake can carve right back in with working on a strike of his own here in the 7th. That's close. Yeah, he answers the turkey of his buddy with the double of his own. Game on. So Easter's tomorrow, and I hear there might even be eggs next week in Nevada. Ridiculous. June is Flag Day, so I just assume we'll just have 8,000 flags all over whatever bowling alley we're at. Triangle in June? How about that? Says the lady who hardly ever leaves Triangle. Except to go bowl things and run things. Alright, Harnett working on front 3. Make it front 4, wow. Halfway through the previous match, Danny told me I think it might take a big number to win this game. And I said, I don't be so sure about that. And then the back half of the last match got really squirrely. As neither bowler could barely mark. But whatever Harnett lost in the back half of the game, he has quickly refound. Nice lead. Danny's sitting on 6 career titles now. Right lane dialed in, 2 perfect shots on 38. Let's see if he can get zoned in on the left lane. Oh, come on, 4-pin. Oh. 4-pin could have fallen. It did not. Let's see, if he spares it up, he'll lead by 13, and he must win by 19. So within a mark with that spare. It's harder for the Northwest bowlers to really pile on the titles because they're a little bit more isolated up here, while some of the South kids are within driving distance of 3 or 4 conferences. So if you're anywhere near 10 titles up here, you have done an exceptional job. Some of the names like Kent and Weir, Plunkett. I think those are the big. Oh, Bud, yes. Tools, not as many. All right, Danny does catch that double, so game on in both divisions now. Enright did spare up that 4-pin. He's begging for it to go Brooklyn, but it doesn't. Tricky little 360 shootout. Killing DK. Does he go to DK? I did not know. Oh, he's in, yeah, not that many. Plenty of time for somebody.
Yes.
Tobin, of course, celebrating his 11th birthday tomorrow. Sounds like Gex and chop for Enright here. He looks tiny, but you see that picture I posted on Facebook of the woman viewing 3 years ago, West Seattle, and then last week at West Seattle.
Yes.
They are growing. Big shot for Slaker. Come on, Sell. Wow. All that two-handed power, that light hit is going to carry more often than not. It does not this time. They'll be tied on the scoreboard, which means an 18-pin advantage for Jake if he makes this spare, and that's an if. All of a sudden, these 9 counts. That pin's only 60 feet away. It seems about 460 feet away in the 9th frame when you're a non-titleist. It was the first first year of the high school bowling team for these guys too, by the way, and they made it all the way to Oregon State, so that's pretty cool. Look out! Oh! Catches the bottom little corner of that pin. They made bowling pins any skinnier. That was going at 0. Just, that's it. That ball labored to get back, and that's a big break getting that 2-pin out of there and leaving a much easier 5-pin. The string ends at 5. Great start to the match. So Sliker leads by 17 aggregate. And again, the 7-pin refuses to go down. All right, if he misses this, it's 169, and he's getting 18, so make that 187. Jake can strike out for 192, so a spare here should win. Anything less, he can steal another one away. No trouble for Nate at the 5-pin. Spare to make it 2-0 against his bud. And that ball's hooking, and that, boy, that pulled out. That's gonna hurt. He had practice last round. Well, let's catch the last few moments of these guys' friendship, because at 2-0, that obviously ends. Ian looks back at me saying, "You're darn right it is." Big shot here for Danny. He can get within 9 pins if he can double up here. He's looking great on this lane so far. Quality shot. Just a hair high. In this little personal series, it is now 2-0 Sliker. To be fair, he really did dominate the day, and he ended up. He was hanging around that 2-3-4 area, fell down to 4th for the step ladder. He did a great job to get back up to the title match. Ain't nobody touching Jake today. Every pattern is somebody's favorite pattern. 99% of the people struggled today. Jake said, "This is my dream shot." Got all the way out for the win. Well, beat him scratch, Ian, at least anyway. Get the 9 pins here for the scratch win. Say that. And he's smartly going to let him get this over with. Oh, that's not. There he goes. He gets the scratch win. Sadly, it's the handicap division for him. I'll say the Mountainside Bowling program's in very good shape as these guys won to the title today. All right, gets the 6th to finish. The fall over this time. Still a 30-pin lead for Nathan, but both bowlers appear to be pretty lined in. 30 pins can dissolve very quickly in bowling. There's the last moment of their friendship. Here we go. Ah, pretty ball. I think Nathan's really got locked back in here. Quietly building a heck of a career, 5 career titles for him. That matches his brother in titles. Of course, Nathan likes to point out that his are all scratch. A title is a title, Nathan. This year. Danny is in 2nd place in Pac Northwest points right now and caught a massive break by Doe not showing up. He's about 250 points behind Doe. He could quite easily make that up this weekend. Another top 2 performance, he will make that up this weekend. And as locked in as Harmon's in, he catches a break as well. And gets the Brooklyn. Increases the lead for 40. Now Danny in must-strike territory. Just taking it out on your own butt, huh? Yeah, you got more bowling to do. All right. Get up. Oh, no. Oh, bowling, you cruel, cruel creature. Immediately after Harnett catches in Brooklyn, otherwise been bowling a great game. Danny, who's had this lane pretty well locked, throws it perfectly. In a stinking, stupid, nasty, rude, cruel, solid 9.
Bowling's almost like how we get the most breaks.
Part of it's, creating your breaks, but it's a round object hitting 10 other round objects. Weird things happen.
That's better. We need to get quote dad babies.
When you're both, it really helps. I wish that somebody, and you don't realize this when you're a kid, I wish that someone could actually like honestly track all their good breaks and all their bad breaks, like over a significant period of time.
See if they equal out any.
I bet they did. But of course. But it's human nature to remember the bad ones.
Yes.
I think a bad break is worth 10 times on the frustration meter than a good break erases it.
Yeah.
That's how bowlers tend to be wired. That's how athletes tend to be wired. I'm still mad at the 0 blitz that Tampa Bay did 4 years ago in the NFC division. Check my notes here. No, I don't play for Tampa. All right, so But like a champion that he is, he consolidates the good break with strikes on either side. That's 3 in a row. And Danny, unfortunately for Danny, was right. It was going to take a big number to win this game. So the two champs now get to play each other for U17. I can't remember the last time that happened. So they'll be happy either way. For Chalmers, you just got to take the positives out of this. His eyes lit up when he noticed O'Hoon was not in the field. He's caught up half that deficit, at least, already.
I know. I can't remember what he's bowling.
Is he?
I thought I saw.
What else? Where else in the universe would you rather be than All-Star Lanes?
I know, right?
Silverdale, Washington. If you're watching this from somewhere else, look at Silverdale on a map, Google it. We are, about 9 miles from Seattle at the very most, from like downtown Seattle and a planet away. You either got to take a ferry to get here or wrap around the south end of Puget Sound. 250 something's going to be the number for the now 6-time champion. Now I can really rub it in on his brother. Nick Fulton's one behind. Nick almost made the show today, finished in 5th. Which is what they're up here for. They came up here trying to make the Northwest invite and increase those all-conference points as that time of year where some people decide to go all in and make a big push for all that season-end awards. Harvey Howe doing the same thing in handicap. The 7-year-old is making a shove for all-conference bowler of the year.
It's like,
Kid can play. 2-5-4. That might be one of the high games. 5 high games get bonus points. Well, the capacity crowd is very upset.
it has gone down.
Tell you what, fans got up and got out of town today. Sometimes there's 100 people here on a Saturday night sticking around. There must be good restaurants in the area or something. Everybody went home. I present to you a boiling cauldron of teenage angst. A barely contained, fiery inferno of anger. He's leaving. He's had enough. I'm not throwing my fill ball. I'm leaving. Oh no, now he's going to find a new look with this ball and be even angrier. Here comes 10 in the pit. Oh, that's the worst. Why would you do this to yourself? This ball strikes.
Probably will.
Spend all night. I guarantee you this ball's striking.
It might.
Oh, thank goodness.
You're lucky you don't have to pick that up.
Thank goodness. 208's a fine game on this pattern. Arnold came up with a good one, as did Jake. Good stuff here at All-Star. We'll do it tomorrow for more hopping good fun. Thank you, Danny, for that opinion.